Once upon a time, in Francia Kingdom, the monarch and queen had 3 children, the youngest of whom was Beatrix. When Princess Beatrix was born, the monarch asked a loving and magical fairy to be her godmother.
I'll offer you this gift. Whenever you weep, your tears will transform into sparkling gems.
Beatrix burst out crying as soon as the fairy ended. Many glittering gems dropped from her eyes. The princess matured into a stunning young lady 20 years later. Her complexion was as white as snow with rosy cheeks, and her hair was as golden as the sun. One day, the king summoned all of the princesses and addressed them.
Today I want to pick who will rule this kingdom among the 3 of you. I want to know who loves me the most. Now let us begin with my eldest daughter.
Father, I love you just as much as I adore sweets.
Father, I adore you as much as I do my favorite clothing.
It is Beatrix's turn. She pondered for a while and quietly murmured,
Father, I love you so much, but I don't know what to compare it to.
Like what? Just tell me immediately.
Father, without salt, even the finest meal loses its flavor. As a result, I adore you in the same way that I cherish salt.
Say what? Salt? How can you compare me to those small grains of salt? If you enjoy salt so much, I will provide you with an abundance of it.
The king grew outraged. He threw Beatrix a basket full of salt and booted her out of the castle.
Oh, please, Father, please forgive me. I did not mean it that way.
Despite the queen and Princess Beatrix's pleadings, the king chose to cast her out of the palace. The princess walked out of the palace with a basket full of salt, wailing. The precious stones from her tears dropped along her way. The queen could only pick gemstones from her daughter's tears to keep as mementos. When she looked at them, she felt very terrible for her unhappy daughter. 3 years later, in a nearby village, there lived a lad named Jonas. Jonas was quite educated and knowledgeable, and he could accomplish a variety of jobs. One night, while sleeping, he had a vivid dream of a girl sobbing alongside a stream in the wilderness. Her tears streamed down and transformed into brilliant diamonds. Jonas awoke abruptly and realized he was still in his residence. The next morning, Jonas rode his horse into the forest to collect fuel for the impending winter. On the way, he noticed an ugly old woman mowing grass. Jonas, being the nice gentleman that he is, quickly volunteered to assist the elderly woman.
Madam, how can you possibly carry all of these items on your own? Let me lend you a hand.
Jonas helped her mount a horse. He fastened the fruit basket on the horse and led him according to the woman's orders. They soon arrived at the elderly lady's residence. At that time, an unattractive middle-aged woman with somewhat aged locks was herding geese into the home. She instantly approached them.
Oh, Mother, are you tired?
I'm okay. This wonderful young gentleman was quite helpful to me.
Is this woodland home to only you and your daughter? Have you seen a lovely girl with white skin and blonde hair here?
I've never seen a girl as beautiful as my daughter. Go in, daughter. If you stand here with this gorgeous young man, he may fall in love with your stunning beauty.
The unattractive woman blushed from shyness. She walked rapidly inside. Jonas was baffled by the old woman's humor. Noticing this, she grinned and handed Jonas a tiny box from her pocket.
You're a good guy. We are impoverished and have no treasure to offer you. I can only give you this box. Simply take this package and deliver it to the Francia Kingdom, namely the king and queen. You will receive an extremely valuable present.
Jonas thanked the elderly woman. He took the package and departed. Jonas followed her directions and delivered the package to Francia's castle. The king permitted him to enter the palace, and Jonas handed him the box. When they opened the box, the king and queen were shocked to discover a large number of gem tears that resembled Princess Beatrix's tears. They were quite emotional. The the monarch and his wife were deeply affected. They told him the story of the princess.
She just holds the stones and weeps every day. I also deeply regret it.
The moment I saw the gems, I knew they were my daughter's tears. Could you please tell us where you found those stones?
Your Majesty, I was handed them by an elderly lady in the wilderness. But that old lady only has one daughter, and she is also fairly elderly. I'm sure she's not Princess Beatrix.
However, they are undoubtedly my daughter's tears. So could you kindly take us there?
I'd love to, Your Majesty.
Jonas took the king and queen to the elderly lady's home. However, the route there was extremely steep and long.
Please rest here for a while and wait for me. I'll be back shortly.
Jonas went slowly onward, guided by the sounds of geese. He hid behind a bush till he noticed the old woman's ugly daughter leading the geese through the woodland. Jonas followed her to a brook where she cared for the geese every day. The old lady's daughter took a cautious look around. When she noticed no one around, she removed her cloak. Under the cloak was a young, gorgeous girl with golden hair who shone brilliantly across the jungle. Jonas was so taken with Princess Beatrix's beauty that he accidentally shattered a tree twig. The sound frightened the gorgeous princess. She hastily fastened her cloak and raced away. Jonas wanted to pursue her, but it was too late. Beatrix rushed away. She returned home and told the elderly woman the whole story. The elderly lady grinned and cheerfully informed her.
I know everything. It indicates your bad luck has ended. Someone is going to pick you up. Enter the room, remove the cloak, and wait for your parents to arrive.
She promptly followed the elderly lady's directions. Jonas returned to meet with the king and queen, informing them about the beautiful girl he had seen in the forest. The king and queen recognized her immediately.
That's correct. That is absolutely our Beatrix.
Beatrix has been helping me with cleaning and caring for geese in the forest for the past 3 years. She's stunning and courteous. You must have had many regrets. So now I'll let you all rejoin. Beatrix, please come out here.
Beatrix went out with a stunning appearance. Jonas stared intently at the gorgeous girl he had seen in his dream. Her hair golden as sunlight, and her complexion white as snow. The queen and king were ecstatic to see their daughter again. They hugged one another.
My kid, I am very fortunate to have discovered you. I made you unhappy because I was angry. Please forgive me.
The old lady grinned and instantly transformed into a lovely fairy. As it turned out, the elderly lady was Princess Beatrix's godmother.
I believe that after 3 years, you have learned a valuable lesson. Even if you are upset, you must think clearly as king.
Soon later, Jonas returned to Francia Palace. But this time, Jonas went to beg to marry the lovely Princess Beatrix. Princess Beatrix was also an avid lover of Jonas. After getting the king and queen's permission, they arranged a lavish wedding at the castle. The fairy blessed the couple